Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Candace here at Serenity Spa. So today we're going to talk about rosacea. This month is Rosacea Awareness Month. And so as you see, I have a tint of red. So I have rosacea. I have had rosacea ever since I can remember. There really is no hard medical, scientific documentation on what causes rosacea. There are many known triggers. There are some heredity factors that are involved with rosacea. We all know that. However, it's still kind of, I don't want to say a mystery, but it's still a mystery to the medical world. However, there are a lot of things that can be done to combat rosacea and to get it dormant. So some of the main triggers are different for other people. Everyone's tends to be different, but there are some pretty common ones that are straight across the board. So hot water, heavy exercise, strenuous exercise, alcohol, spicy food, dairy definitely to a certain degree when it comes to rosacea subtype 2, because that's when the papules and pustules, quote unquote, rosacea acne comes into play. Stress. And of course sun. I mean, that's hands down. I mean, we all know the damaging effects of UV radiation. It doesn't matter what condition you have. They're all, UV radiation is damaging to, it's detrimental to all skin conditions, and also creates certain skin conditions. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you about how Serenity Spa approaches rosacea. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you that if you do have rosacea diagnosed, we can help you. And we can help you without medication. And that actually is one of our prerequisites if you are going to be with us, is that you are not allowed to be on any type of topical or oral medication to work on rosacea, because we need to track you in your progress according to what our treatment protocol will be and what your at-home regime will be. So if there's anything extra thrown into the mix, we can't really gauge where you're at in your rosacea treatment. So this is pretty basic. This is a basic rosacea protocol. This is not, I just brought this out because I'm going to show you the quantity of product, how small amount that you use of PCA skin. When you use a medical grade line, you don't use a lot of product. So you would cleanse with creamy cleanser, AM and PM. And you would start to treat. These are two correctives. You would start correcting very basic with dual action and hyaluronic acid boosting serum, in the morning and at night. In the morning, followed by, you would use one or the other. Our men, we put on weightless SPF 45, and normally our females will go into a sheer tint SPF 45, because the sheer tint is basically like a foundation. And then at night, you would hydrate or moisturize with Rebalance. Now, creamy cleanser. Creamy cleanser is extremely thick and very hydrating. When I first started on PCA, going into 9 years ago, this is what I started. This is pretty much exactly what I started on, with the exception at the time we didn't have dual action. We had what was called anti-redness, and we didn't have hyaluronic acid boosting serum. We had hydrating serum. We still do have those two products. However, these two are the higher end of the spectrum of correctives. We also didn't have sheer tint. However, we did have weightless, and so I did use weightless as well. Now, this is super thick. This does not suds up on you at all. There is no soapy, sudsy bubbles or anything like that. This is just strictly exactly what it says is what it is. It's a creamy cleanser. It is super hydrating. It is very calming to the skin. It just brings the skin right down. It does cleanse properly, but it does not suds, and that's something that a lot of people have to wrap their heads around, that they always equate a cleanser with being soapy and bubbly, but this is definitely not that. So you would rinse that off completely. Now the amount of product that you use for creamy cleanser, I'm going to show you with this. Creamy cleanser does not go in a pump. This is from the back bar. So it literally is going to be that amount of product. And so it won't even run like that because it's very thick. But in essence, I just did almost a half a pump. And to us, when I first pumped it, that was basically a dime size of product. Not a lot of product. And when you do go to cleanse, you put your hands together and you emulsify. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And this again is going to suds up because this is not creamy cleanser. So this is emulsifying. And so you want to have equal parts of product on both hands, and then you apply the cleanser to your face. So we would never do something like tap, 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 and then kind of move it around. You always do, with all of our product, you always do this to get full coverage on both hands, and then apply your hands to your face. So that's how we would cleanse. So you would cleanse, and then you would rinse, whether you're at the shower or at the sink. And when you do that, you're only going to pat dry. And the reason is that moisture attracts moisture. So it looks like I'm drying my hands pretty well. However, if you really look at my hands, I have a dew. They're dewy. They're not wet, but they have a dew to them. And that's what you want. You want to have your face to be dewy. Now, while your face is still dewy, you're going to take, I say 1 pump of dual action redness. However, this is very, very thick. And so what I'm finding with this new, it's a new bottle that they have. I'm not too crazy about dual action in this bottle, but they didn't call me and ask me my opinion. But anyway, when you go to pump this, it comes out very, very small. So what we really want is about a pea size of dual action redness in the palm of the hand. And not only do we want a pea size of dual action, which equates to about 4 or 5 mini pumps of this because it comes out so small, but we also want to have 1 full pump of hyaluronic acid boosting serum. So you take these two and you blend them together in the palm of your hand. And again, you're going to do the emulsifying just like I showed you that you do with the cleanser. You have them in the palm of your hand. It's not going to look like a lot of product at all. And it really is not a lot of product because with medical grade lines, you don't need a lot of product. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of what you have in your hand. So you're going to have that in the palm of your hand. And again, you're going to blend them together and emulsify. And again, don't worry about the little amount of product. It's what you have in that product. So it's going to be a full coverage, both hands, again, just like I showed you with the cleanser. And you're going to apply. You're not going to rub it in. You're going to apply product to your face. Now, when you apply product to your face, I use, what do I use, 8 or 9? I use 8 serums in the morning and 8 serums at night, plus my eyes. So I combine 8 correctives in the morning and 8 correctives at night. So obviously I have a lot of product in the palm of my hands, but I go around my face, my neck, and my décolleté probably 3 times with that. With these 2 only, because you're not doing your neck and décolleté with these, this is a rosacea protocol, you're probably going to go over your face twice, and then you're going to leave it alone, and it's going to be a little dewy still. And then you go right, now we're talking morning regime, then you're going to go right to your morning application of SPF. Now I am going to show you the amount of product for SPF. So this is our largest size weightless, and this is our retail size. We do sell the big size. So for weightless SPF, this is the amount of sunscreen that you should use just for your face and your ears. And as you see, it's not runny, so it's not thin. However, this is weightless. And when it says weightless, it feels like you have nothing on when you apply. So I've just emulsified, okay? I have full coverage on both hands so that when I go to apply this, I am going to apply it full face. Now I don't have anything on today, and I did this on purpose. I have absolutely nothing on. So when I am applying like I mean it. This is sunscreen. I'm hitting the front and back of my ears. I'm getting into the ear itself. I'm grabbing my earlobe. I'm getting the back crease of my ears. I'm getting everywhere I pop, going into my brows, into my hairline. And then what I can feel a little bit left over, and so I always use the top of my hands. I use sunscreen on my body anyways. However, I'm not gonna waste it, and it's there. And so my face, if you see my face is dewy, and that's what you want. You wanna have a dew because quality penetrates, so this is going to penetrate and give you a great, nice, soft, even, weightless, sheer sunscreen. Now, this is an SPF 45. It will last for 2 hours. All sunscreen, basically, that we have, you need to reapply after 2 hours. You should be reapplying after 2 hours anyway. Now, I'm going to show you how much sheer tint. This is a great everyday, every 2 hour sunscreen. I use this all the time. Now, this is sheer tint. Sheer tint is basically used for us like a foundation. So sheer tint is right around 4.5 pumps. So that was 4.5 pumps, and that's it. And so I'm not going to emulsify this, and the reason that I'm not going to emulsify this is because I'm going to use this as a foundation. And so you just kind of start moving it around, and it's very light application. It's not a heavy application at all. I'm just kind of brushing it around, very feather-like. And we do have a sheer tint for the eyes that will go up under the eyes and the lids. However, for this video purpose, I'm just going to show you. And as you see, I put the sheer tint right up into my hairline. I even go through my brows. Okay, you want to make sure you're getting coverage. I go in through here. I mean, I am a fanatic when it comes to making sure that I am covered properly because I work very hard on my skin. I'm getting into my temples. And of course, this is, you know, I can't see what I'm doing, so. And as you see, it's just a hint of color. So you don't want to have a line of demarcation, just like if you were putting foundation. And there you have it. So that is a sheer tint SPF application. And if you see my skin, it's dewy, it's hydrated. And that's what you want to have. And it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel greasy. And I just did a weightless application and then a sheer tint application. And I definitely do that at home as well, especially during the weekends when I'm home and I'm out gardening. Now, at night, you're going to do your creamy cleanser again. You're going to do your hyaluronic acid boosting serum with your dual action redness. But you're going to do your moisturizer. As you see, we don't moisturize during the day because you have this hydration going on here. This is a good hydrate. These are good hydrators. And your sunscreen doesn't have any hydrators in it, moisturizer. However, if you look at my skin right now, I'm extremely dewy. And I cleansed, hours ago, 8 o'clock this morning. So I cleansed and I did my cocktail, and then I did sunscreen, and then I just did the double application of sunscreen now. And my skin, I know it looks amazing because I can feel it. So moisturizer for us, again, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So this is our spatula, and so we always tell our clients we don't want it flat and we don't want a mountain. it's more like a mound. So it would probably be about this much of rebalance. And so you're going to put that on the spatula, put it in the palm of your hand, and what are we going to do now? We're going to emulsify because it goes here, and then we go here. Again, we never apply product with this whole, process, all right? So we emulsify, full hand coverage and full face, and then we only apply that very, very lightly because that is really going to penetrate, and give you a nice occlusion for the evening. So that is our rosacea protocol for at home. So we have you do that for the first 2 weeks, and then we bring you in 2 weeks post of starting PCA Skin Rosacea Protocol, Skin Serenity Spa's version of the Rosacea Protocol. We have you follow a very strict regime of no hot water, no spicy food, no severe exercise. We try to get you to omit any liquor, alcohol, and any red wine. We just try to eliminate as many triggers as possible so that we can have a good baseline to start. When we bring you back in 2 weeks, we see where you're at, and then we either give you another week or we start you on a peel series right out of the gate. Now people say, oh, you can't really do peels. I'm not supposed to do peels. My skin's so sensitive, da, 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 da. Quite the opposite. It has been proven scientifically and medically that peels do help to correct rosacea. And so I'm going to show you a case in point scenario of an amazing man. So this gentleman came to us, and so we started Rosacea Protocol on him, and within 2 weeks his skin had changed significantly. When he came back in, he was all in, ready to rock and roll, ready to start his peels. So that's what we did, and we did a series of 6 peels. He is on at-home protocol. Now he's on a retinol and a vitamin C, including his rosacea basic protocol, and we've changed him out of creamy cleanser into an acid wash to work on aging, and that was him 12 weeks after we started on his regime, his rosacea treatment. This man is a professional. He is 72, 73. Mm-hmm. He is a business professional. He travels all over the country speaking to hundreds of people at a time in arenas type situations. And he had been on many, many, many different rosacea protocols from many different dermatologists and other locations, and including topical and oral medication. And nothing worked. His face hurt. He actually hurt without even touching his skin. His face hurt. And needless to say, we've changed his life. And that is what we do here. That is why we do what we do. We want to help as many people as we possibly can to find alternatives to their skin conditions and their skin health issues that they've had or that they're coming across. And we also try to help with preventative anti-aging for millennials and even teenagers. So this is our star rosacea client, and we love him, and he's still here, and he's here every month for maintenance. And so that is our rosacea video for today. I hope that if you have any questions, we're always here for you. If we're not here, if it's a Sunday or if it's after hours, please leave us a message, send us an email, drop a line on our Facebook, share our video if you know someone in your family or if you have a friend that has rosacea. Rosacea is, it's almost like acne. You hang your head down. You're not confident in your presence. You're not confident in your skin because you always think that people are looking at this red face. And unfortunately, you're right. It's the truth. You know, we're human beings. We have human nature, and we tend to always pick out the flaws in other people, whether it be visual or character-wise. And so hopefully Skin Serenity Spa and our technicians can help you with any of that. So God bless, and I hope this helped you today. Have a good day.